Alright, on the bench, as you see here, I have an old model kit, the MPC Y-Wing fighter from Return of the Jedi. I believe there's a couple of versions they made of this. I think one was not a snap type, could be wrong, but this one is a snap model kit. I believe the copyright date on it was, I want to say 1982, I forget that. So it's a pretty old kit. I got this off eBay. But everything was here. All the runners were still intact and wrapped in plastic. The decal actually looks pretty good. I'll show you that in just a second. So originally, didn't think I was going to do a video, but I got started on it, and it's like, well, I'll go ahead and make a quick video. So basically, there's not many parts in this. It's going to come with two runners. You can see I've already removed some of the pieces here, but because of these two runners plus a runner with some clear parts on it, what you're going to get there is you're going to get the two halves to the whole of the ship, a top half and bottom half. The top half includes like a built-in cockpit with a little pilot. As you can see, I've already started doing a little bit of painting. I didn't worry about the detail because I've already kind of check the canopy over this, and you really just can't see in there, so it's kind of a waste to do very much in there. I mean, you can light it, and you could light it under certain circumstances. For my use, I'm not going to do that, but it's a lot of molded in detail. Not quite sure of the scale of this ship when it gets done. I'm going to put this canopy, kind of the top part of the hood, top part of the cockpit over there, and then this is a Bandai 1/44 scale, so it's probably going to be maybe almost twice as long, so maybe close to 1/72 scale, I'm guessing. I'm sure there's some scale out there, but box scale I think is what they used to call. But just a little comparison on detail. Of course, this is a Bandai kit. The piping's much clearer on this. This is pretty vague. You could probably add some piping in there. I mean, it's not terrible. There's a lot going on in there. On the bottom of the ship, there's quite a bit going on. So it is some detail. It is raised detail on all of it. It's not the, you don't have the inset detail like you do on the more modern kit. So it is what it is. It's a very old kit. As you can see here, I've attached a mounting rod to our ship here, and just some aluminum, the scrap piece of aluminum that I happen to have, and it's kind of a circle piece there. It does have a mounting point for its clear stand. Not going to use that. Not really even worried about filling it in since it's the bottom of the ship. There were some holes for the landing gear. This kit does come with some landing gear. Kind of not very detailed, but you do get landing gear for this kit if you want to do that. Mine's going to be flying, and I am going to add in some engine lighting, the reason for the hollow mounting hole. So for the lighting, I'm just going to run a couple of LEDs in there. I got a couple of red LEDs already kind of hot glued into place, centered up in there, and these will simply attach to this section. Looks like I have plenty of room. I have to channel out a little bit here to get that in there, and I need to make a base for it. But really, the only parts, once you attach the, well, let's look at the cockpit, top of the cockpit here. You have three clear pieces. You have a centerpiece, so you can open this up if you do want to light the interior and have it like in a landed position, and maybe a better a better painted pilot in there. You could do that and have the canopy opened up, but mine's all glued into place. I'm not going to do that. It's going to be kind of in this flying configuration, so it's all closed off. So really, you got kind of the halves of the engines that I'll need to put on. You get this kind of overlaps and kind of comes all the way up. And so now I'm looking at it. It's probably, yeah, it's probably not 1/72 scale. It's probably a bit smaller than that. So anyway, I'm going to be adding in these engine lights and run them through the channel, and we'll make a base for it. And I think once we get it painted up, it'll look pretty nice. We do get some decals, and the decals actually look to be as old as they are. Yeah, you got a copyright of 1982. As old as they are, they actually look pretty good, and I'm glad that they include this yellow stripe, because that's really some complex curves going on there with some straight edges. difficult to mask off. Not impossible, but difficult to mask off, and especially on something this size. So hopefully I'll be able to get that decal on there, because there's really no way of eyeballing that on there. So I think that'll be useful. And you get some other darker stripes, and really you get a couple of side pieces, the guns, things like that. So really simple model. I think the fun part will be painting it up and getting it weathered, and I think it'll look pretty decent once we get all that done. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all together with the lights and everything. We'll come back once that's done. All right, before I close this up, just want to kind of show you the simple wiring I got going on. I have a couple of pre-wired LEDs in here, red in color. Just kind of hot glued them into place in these nozzles. The nozzles are open, so you don't even have to cut those up. You just have to kind of center them up and then get them glued in there. You can see where I did kind of trim some of the plastic off the edges here on the top and bottom of the hole. And then it's joined together to one wire here, as you can see, that runs throughout. I got the top half of the canopies is kind of press fit into place. As you can see, you really can't see into the cockpit all that great. But if you want to do more, you can make it to where the top panel opens up and you can see inside. Mine's glued shut. Don't plan on having it that way. The one thing I do when I'm dealing with models that have these kind of press-in figures, where it be snap tight or whatever, is I go ahead and drill out the holes so that I can move put the parts on and off to test fitting. And especially when you're doing wiring, you want to be able to test fitting before you start locking stuff in. And even if I wasn't, I drill them out to make it go into place. Sometimes those press fit ones are so tight it keeps you from getting a good seal. So as you can see here, it closes pretty good once I get it all glued down. There's a few pieces we have to put on. We have to put on the sides here. I did a printout. I designed and printed a little gun to go on the top here. And the kit part kind of looks like some plumbing parts right there. It really doesn't even look like a gun. So this is, I think, slightly better, I guess. At least it looks like it's barrels and not just some plumbing parts. So I'll, of course, paint that up and we'll just kind of glue that onto place. I took some paper clips. There's some detailing, kind of like some tubing that runs around the back, and I bent some paper clips into kind of that shape, and hopefully I'll be able to get those kind of in position. They still have some work to do. Hopefully I can get those on. I'm crossing my fingers on that. I did design and print out a base for this to go on. It has a place for a 9-volt battery, which would light these lights for probably weeks, if not longer. So plenty of lighting for that. There's a magnet attached right here. It's kind of super glued in place, a 1-inch magnet, and that will hold my battery into place. Now, if you hit it real hard, it will come off, but for just sitting on your counter, it'll be fine. I'll put some little tabs here, little felt tabs to help level it, and it's pretty, this battery's right at the edge, so that'll give us a little bit of space. And then of course that will fit on there. So I just want to kind of show you the wiring and where that's at. There's a few more pieces we got to put on. Of course, these engine, whatever these are called, the sides of the engines, we'll put those on. So I'll come back, we'll have it all together. All right, I have my Y-Wing all assembled here. Add in a little bit of detail on that back there. It's not perfect, but at least I'll give it something extra on the back side. Filled in a few gaps here and there, did some sanding. I added my guns. I think my guns are a little bit out of scale, a little bit too big, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it. So I don't think it's terrible. I think it's an improvement over the other, but I do wish I would have gotten just a bit smaller on it. Got the canopy all masked off, so now I'm just going to head on and put some primer on and come back once I'll probably do the base coat too, and we'll take a look at it after that. Maybe add some decals and stuff like that to show some progress. All right, you can see where I have the base coat on, have a little bit of detail painting, and I've applied the decals, -1 decal I didn't put on. The base coat is a craft paint, sorry about that I mixed up a while back, a large container of it. It's a mixture of kind of taupes and light grays to get that kind of off-white color that I like. And came out real well. Just airbrushed it on. I had a gray primer first, obviously, and then I put that on top of the gray primer. Few coats of that, and then a clear satin coat on top to protect that painting. I then masked off the cockpit area, the canopy, I guess, the blue striping here, and painted that with this. I'm not even sure what brand this is. It's called Waste Management. The decal, something cutter or cut something colors. It was at the hobby store, and it was just $3. So, and I liked the kind of blue-gray color that I was going for. So that was masked the canopy off, sprayed that, and that on the striping here. I just hand painted that. You have these kind of raised ridges right here, which kind of gives you a guide to go by with your paintbrush. So that wasn't too hard. The tubing here, I just kind of had this rust color. I forgot what colors I mixed to make that, and I just hand brushed those on too. Applied decals. Decals went on really nicely, actually, for as old as they are. I had no troubles. Put them in a little bit of warm water for a few seconds, probably about 20, 30 seconds, and slid right on. Now, once they were set, I did put a little microsol just to kind of get those decals to come out. And as you see here, it's done pretty nice. Looks like I may have a minor air bubble there. I'll try to mask that out. And then once I did, and I put on the blade, the black striping on the side of the front of the ship here. So, and once that was done, I put a clear acrylic matte coat on. I get this at Hobby Lobby for $5 for this big can. It goes on really nicely. I never had any problems with it. You can see here how it mats down and the paint, and it also protects all the work that I've done so far. Very inexpensive product that works really well. So anyway, so from here it's all protected. From here I still have a little bit of detail painting. We're going to look at some reference photos just to get some ideas. Not too worried about obviously being about screen accurate or anything. There was one decal I think that kind of goes up in the front corner. I'm going to do that with some weathering, I think. And other than that, I'm probably going to do some washes, some dry pastels, maybe a little bit of airbrush shading on it. And so I think I'll get all that done. We'll come back and we'll look at the finished ship. All right, well, here's my finished MPC snap fit Y-Wing, Star Wars Y-Wing. A few modifications finished up. Of course, had the base paint and all that done. I did a little bit of a very light oil wash, very thin down oil wash with oil paint and mineral spirits over the entire ship. Kind of wiped it clean once it dried. Then I went in with some dry pastels to kind of give some darker areas in the recess, add some kind of rust effects here and there, and give it that kind of nice worn-in look here. Sorry. And so, you know, obviously it's not the greatest model, but I think once you get it all painted up, a few minor improvements here and there. Though I like my guns, they are a tad bit big for it, but I think overall they look better than what was on there. And of course I did these little metal pieces, or I made these pieces in the back out of some paper clips to give it a little bit more detail on the back. And this kind of stands out on the back end of it. And of course I added the engine lighting, which I think turned out pretty nice. Yeah, when you look at it, you know, it gives the model that little bit of life in there. Of course, the display base is something I designed and branded, as you can see here. Just a simple switch running to a 9-volt to those pre-wired LEDs through that stand. So overall, makes for a nice little display. It has a little bit of lighting, a little bit of light to it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the project. Until next time, everybody have a good one.